Unacceptable fringe. Unacceptable fringe. Unacceptable fringe. Unacceptable fringe.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Fringe. Welcome to Friday Night Fringe here on the stream. I'm going to apologize out front if the microphone audio is a little low, but we're sharing a microphone tonight with none other than the Queen of Canada, Tamara Lich, and my dear friend. It's so good to have you here. Thanks for coming in tonight.
Thanks for having me. It's long overdue.
Yeah, certainly. Before we get started, ladies and gentlemen, let's do what we always do on our good old streams. Let's get a roll call going and see if we can get somebody from every province in the country, in our wonderful country, and we're going to get caught up in the chat here. Let's take a peek here. Stinger 007 jumping in. Welcome into the stream. Hey, Derek, the upcoming notification did not show up. Are you putting up 30 minutes notice? Great channel, by the way. I'm sorry you didn't get the notification. We try to put up as early as we can, but welcome into the stream. I'm glad to see you here. Good old blackface son of Castro. I know you're number one is here in the stream. Hello, Derek, from the Trudeau bunker in rural Nova Scotia. Welcome into the stream. Good to see you. Mystical's jumping in. Welcome into the stream. Anxiety walloped me hard today, but I wanted to say hello to Tamara. The convoy gave me a glimmer of hope that I hadn't felt in years or since. Well, Mystical, it's great to see you. Hopefully you can get a break from that anxiety tonight as you jump into the stream. Cindy, good old longtime viewer of the channel, welcome into the stream. Good evening to you as well. Good old friend of the channel as well. Derek Macbeth jumping in. How you doing? Welcome into the stream. Coming in from Yucatan, Mexico this evening. Did you get an $80,000 villa from a friend? I don't know. Let me know in the chat if that's the case. Shout out to European farmers and their supporters kicking back at the World Economic Forum. Yes, absolutely. I was so happy to hear today that the government was caving into their demands and that they're packing up and everything ended well. Claire jumping in from Saskatchewan tonight. Welcome into the streams, Claire. It's great to see you. Jacques coming in. Hi, Derek, and everyone in chat from Koopa's Casing. Is that how you pronounce it? Ontario? And guys, hit the like button. Yes, hit that like button. Destroy it. I want to see that like button smashed right out of the atmosphere. Gaston is, or Gotan, sorry. I almost said Gaston. Jumping us in from Alberta. Welcome to the stream. Good old master, Snatch, jumping in. How are you, Snatch? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Welcome back into the stream, my friend. Jacques also says hello to Tamara.
Hi.
Mike TV Dub jumping in from Winnipeg. Hello, Derek, into the chat. And wonderful Tamara Lich. Couldn't agree more. Stinger's joining us from Hamilton. I'm assuming it's Hamilton.
Yeah.
Hamilton, Ontario. We've got Justice Warrior jumping in from Quebec. Welcome into the stream. We've got Platinum Sniper jumping in from Cold Lake, Alberta. Love that town.
No doubt.
Dimension Darks jumping in from Calgary. Welcome into the stream. Good to see you. Kirk New coming in from Ottawa, Ontario. It's good to see you in the stream. I only joke.
Ottawa.
I joke. I jest. But welcome into the stream. It's good to have you.
I spend a lot of time there lately.
Did you? I didn't think you've ever been to Ottawa.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, there's some news, guys.
Now.
Tamara's been to Ottawa. I don't know if we knew that. That's Ramona coming in from Saskatchewan. She loves Tamara. Welcome into the stream. It's great to see you.
Hi, Ramona.
Non-compliant Canadian, my favorite type. Welcome and hello from Eastern Ontario. Welcome into the stream. Lynn B. Truck Castro Jr. coming in. Tamara loves her from near Strathmore. Good old Strathmore, Alberta. Snatch chiming in again. It's great to see a beautiful Tamara tonight. Thank you for your sacrifice.
Thank you.
Good old Mike from Freedom Honey jumping into the stream as well. Mike, welcome in. He's coming in from Beaver County.
Yeah.
Welcome into the stream. We've got Johannes Johnson saying, hey, Tamara, welcome into the stream.
Hi.
Great to see you. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be talking over you. We're going to get through all these hellos, and then we're going to let you get on with the stream here. Is this another Yolinda from Peachland, BC? We've got Clayton coming in. Welcome into the stream from Okanagan, BC. Elaine, hi, Derek and Tamara from Saskatchewan. Almost as good as Alberta, but that's okay. We love Saskatchewan. Trudeau must be in jail for the abuse on power of the Emergency Act, bank book, and our children's. Welcome in, Justice Warrior. Again, good to see you. Gordon Steve's coming in from Three Hills, Alberta. Welcome into the stream. Great to see you. Who else we got? Man, there's so many guys. I'm not gonna have a chance to catch up. But look at this, Grandma B coming in with a $20 super chat. My God, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And I apologize anybody if I'm skipping your comments. We have to get caught up to get the show on. Apparently, everybody's just excited to see you here. Nobody came to see me. They all came here to see you.
Not
And that's
true.
That's okay. I'm okay with that tonight. I'll give it the reins for an evening. It's great to have you here. We've got is that Goko Donnie becoming a member for 2 months here in the Fringe. Welcome in again. Happy Friday. I'm off on my vocabulary today. I'm off. Big Nickel checking in. Hey, Tamara, and cheers to all. Welcome back in. Ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder before we start the stream, and something I was talking to Tamara about that I want to get shared over before we get too far into this stream. If you've been following what we do here on the channel, Unacceptable Fringe Books is a site that I offer signed copies of all of my books, which I will be shutting down as of February 25th. Tamara's book, Hold the Line, The Ballad of Tamara Lich, currently sold out on the site. So the only books we have left are How the Prime Minister Broke Canada, How the Prime Minister Stole Freedom, our limited redacted edition that's no longer in print, and One Face, Two Face. Guys, this is the only way to get signed books until February 25th. And once those are sold out, they're gone. We won't be getting any more in. I started the site for Christmas promotion. And since the holidays are done, I'm giving you guys one last chance to get in. But there's good news. We have 3 copies of Tamara's book, of our book of Tamara, Hold the Line, The Ballad of Tamara Lich, that Tamara was gracious enough to autograph. And I'll be signing them as well. And we'll be giving those out once a month for the next 3 months to one lucky member of the channel. All you need to do is be a member of the channel to get in on that draw. And we'll do a draw towards the end of February, and you'll be notified if you win. So with all dues paid, let's get on with the stream because, Tamara, everybody's here to see you. Now, I will stipulate before we get stuck into this stream, there are certain things Tamara cannot talk about. She still, of course, as you guys know, has an ongoing trial. Lots of things with the Freedom Convoy. So we're going to kind of stay away from those subjects tonight. But if you guys have any questions for Tamara, I'll be watching the chat. Make sure to put your questions in there. And if we're able to answer them, we will. But there's certain subjects, again, for Tamara. I wouldn't feel right if Tamara got in any kind of trouble coming on the stream. So we're going to kind of tone away from that stuff tonight. But why don't you tell us what you're up to?
I've had a really busy 2024 so far. I mean, it's been quite a great start to the year, other than the Miami Mall aliens and stuff. But,
sorry, and you're going to be working with a charity in this upcoming February. You said you're going to be heading out to Niagara Falls.
Yeah, well, it's not really a charity. I'm going out to. They're having a fundraiser there for Chaba Beasy and Harold Jonker to raise money for their legal fees. So Dwayne and I are going to take our instruments, and we found some musicians out there that are agreeing to play with us. So we're going to go put on a concert and raise some money for those guys.
Good. Yeah. And is that so? Is that concert? Can people get tickets to that show, or is that?
Yes. If you follow my Twitter account or my Facebook page, I do have them up there. I will be reposting them again over the weekend, though, too.
Okay, so just for anybody who is living under a rock, who isn't aware, Tamara is back on social media. You can find her on Twitter at Lich Tamara, and of course, she'll be posting those dates up on her Twitter. So keep an eye out for that, and throw her a follow, because I don't know, 40.4K followers. I don't know. You're struggling, aren't you?
That's 1,000 just since yesterday. Unbelievable. I can't believe it.
I can't say how good it is to have you back on social media. I love your posts. I love hearing from you online.
Thank you.
And it's kind of good, because I always said to people, your pandemic's kind of still ongoing in the sense that you're not allowed to do certain things. You're not allowed to go certain places. Or talk about certain things. You're muzzled,
or see certain people,
Yeah. Good old Chris Barber and a few others. But it's nice to see at least that some, I guess you could say, leniencies were taken in order to allow you back online. That was one thing I was always sad about, because I can't stand the way things have worked in this country in terms of silencing our citizens. But this is maybe a step in the right direction, because I've always felt, and again, we're not going to get into it. This is just me making a statement.
Yeah.
I've always felt that if this case had anything to present, it wouldn't be delayed as long as it has been. So, and giving you back your rights online, I think, is a step in the right direction.
And that's one of the reasons why basically I asked for it. Like, you know, I've had sat there in that courtroom for how many days. You know, from what I've seen, there's absolutely no reason why I can't have my social media. You know, I haven't seen any evidence that tells me that I'm a terrorist or a horrible, you know, criminal. So yeah, I took that as a win. I mean, there's still conditions on my conditions, of course. I mean, I'm not allowed to tweet about certain things. I'm not allowed to like posts that have to do with certain things, or, you know, even the protest that you were just referring to, you know, in the UK, I haven't even liked or commented on any of those, because part of my conditions too is to not be involved in any protests or advocating for any protests. So I mean, I can't even, you know, like those. It's kind of crazy. Crazy, but I did miss social media. I am happy to be back. I feel like at least a member of society again.
Good. Well, and it's good to have you back. I think, look, even Sandman here saying, Tamara for PM. Do you think when all this is done, we could look forward to seeing you in any political realms?
No.
None?
No.
You don't want to go back out for the Maverick Party?
No.
That's okay. I think your time in the political arena is done. But we were talking a little earlier about the possibility of maybe when this is all done, getting back onto social media in the forms of maybe a channel or regular videos.
Yeah. Well, and that's something that Chris Barber and I talked about a long time ago too, is we'd like to start our own, you know, stream or podcast or something when this is all over, because I think that we have so many incredible stories to tell, you know, stories that we heard, stories that we have ourselves, you know what I mean? So, so yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to doing, but we got a few things in the works, that we'll be doing at some point anyways. So
good.
Yeah.
Good.
We of course we got to wait till all this is over, and God only knows when that's going to be. It's for something that was supposed to end in the middle of October. It seems like it's been dragging on forever. No end in sight.
And it may drag on
that's
forever.
Right. Yeah,
we'll have to see. It's did somebody say the pleb is in here? Did I see the pleb? The pleb, send me a link. A link for what? What do you need a link for, pleb? But welcome in, guys. If you haven't heard, I'm just going to turn the mic and make sure everybody's. Pleb hit 100,000 followers.
Wow.
And I'm a little jealous he got there before we did. Our large Fringe majority, though, is still growing. Congratulations to the pleb.
Nice job.
Good to see you with 100,000 on good old YouTube. And again, congrats. What did you need a link to? Pleb saying he'll coach Tamara on YouTube. I don't know if you know this, pleb. She's got a coach. God, everybody's trying to steal my thunder. That's okay. It's all good. We play in jest, but hey, here we go. Pleb could probably get you a lot further than I could, though. That's for sure. What were we going to talk about? There was something I was going to talk about before I seen Pleb was in the chat. A lot of talk about Danielle Smith in the news with her latest concerns about our children. And again, because of your legal ramification, I don't want to get too much into that in case those are things that could get you in trouble talking about political views. But somebody that the government is now blaming, Justin Trudeau is now blaming for Danielle Smith's decision on what she made is Tucker Carlson.
I read that. I know. I read that like it's Tucker's fault.
So you were at the show. You were at the show in Edmonton.
I was at the show in Edmonton, yes.
So how did that go? Why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
It was fantastic. We had an absolute great time. We got to see Danielle Smith, of course, speak, and she was honestly my favorite. She did such a great job. Of course, Tucker was fantastic. Conrad Black was there. Dr. Jordan Peterson was there. So it was a really fantastic night. Lots of laughs and it was lots of fun.
And when it comes to Tucker, a lot of MPs have been saying they wanted him out of the country. They don't want him to come here. Did you see any kind of uprising? I mean, you're the queen of uprisings. Did you see anything getting kind of formed that might suggest some kind of hostile takeover? Or
when we got to the event center, there was one man outside with a sign. That was it. And I was expecting like counter protesters everywhere, honestly. Like they were trying to keep him from coming into the province, which is just all nonsense, right? I mean, you don't have to like the guy's views. Don't buy a ticket and go to a show. I mean, it's that simple.
Well, that's the way I've always seen it. And it's funny because I kind of always made that joke that all 12 protesters would be outside of the show.
Yeah.
Jordan Peterson had protesters. There was this huge It was around this time last year when he came to Calgary.
That's right.
And we went to that show,
Yeah.
and I think there was a counter protest scheduled for that show, and it was supposed to be this very large group of far left views, we'll say, that were supposed to be outside, and I think I counted 5 or 6 people outside of that event. So anytime they threaten these things, we never really see the numbers that they're saying we're going to see. But it's interesting, anyways. Does anybody have any questions for Tamara while we got her in? It's let's get caught up in the chat. Let's see if there's anything. Pleb says he's going to bounce and not hijack the chat. Pleb, stick around. It's always good to have. You're not hijacking nothing. It's always, I'm just joking around, man. Always good to have you here. It's let's get through the Canadian government will prosecute to the fullest extent as long as possible. Trudeau must crush all decent for his ego. Well, yeah.
Thank you.
Veterans for Freedom coming in. Tamara, we love your shirt. Thank you.
It's my favorite.
There you go. I love that. I actually got to get my hands on one of those.
Oh, I can hook you up.
I've been saying for a long time I need to get a V for F shirt. If you guys have missed it, I'm now wearing our newest clothes. I should actually get rid of the comments so people can see. I'm wearing my newest zip-up hoodie from Straight Goods Clothing that have been doing the Unacceptable Fringe line. Now, on the back, it does have the same pattern as the T-shirt. It says "Hold the Line." I don't know if everybody can see that, but hey, it's a great shirt. I'm actually really happy with the quality of these, and if you guys haven't jumped on it yet, head over to Straight Goods and pick up some clothes. We got one.
Yep.
But V for F sweater took top spot, and that's okay because I love V for F. So let's keep it going. Let's see. Dimension coming in. All hail Tamara, the Queen of Canada. Gina Carano was announced for the Calgary Expo. Can we expect protesters? I don't know if we're going to see protesters for Gina Carano. Calgary's a very conservative city, and I appreciated her tweets. I don't know if you've seen her tweets.
No.
She was basically ripped out of her position on The Mandalorian with Disney because she said that a lot of tattling on neighbors was akin to what happened in the 1940s. And but Calgary's a very conservative town, and I don't see any kind of pushback for Gina Carano. In fact, I'm looking forward to that appearance at Calgary Expo. It's going to be interesting. Going to be interesting. Let me get caught up here. There's a lot of comments I got to weed through here, guys. So let's see. Mike from Freedom Honey, way to rep that V for F hoodie, Tamara. Is Tamara doing okay now that my question? Thanks for taking one major hit. Sorry, Chris. That might be. Thanks for taking one major hit for the team, I guess.
That's my question. Yeah.
Oh, that's your question.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm doing great. Honestly, it's been a slog for sure, and like I said, it doesn't seem like there's really any end in sight. But I consider myself to be a fairly positive person, and I'm not going to let it get me down. I'm actually in town. I'm working out again. I've started training a couple months ago. I'm going to enter a powerlifting competition this summer, so I'm here to cheer on one of my Twitter friends tomorrow morning and kind of get my feet back into competition mode. So
powerlifting.
Yeah.
I never took you for the type.
Yes. Yeah, I did it. I've only competed once before, and I did very poorly, but it was fun. It was the experience that I really love, and I like lifting heavy things.
Was this a jail thing? Did jail harden you?
No. I was doing powerlifting before jail.
Too much yard time?
That's right. Prep mode just in case.
What we got here? There's a lot of people. Mary's coming in from PEI. Welcome into the stream, Mary. Good to see you.
I love you.
Frank says it's good to see you, Tamara. Welcome in.
Thank you.
Ange, of course, coming in. Hi, Derek. Hi, Tamara. We've got Joanne or Jean. Is it Jean?
Yeah.
I think it's Jean.
Jean, yeah.
Sorry, the text comes in really small for me on this screen, and I'm off to the side, so I apologize. Jason coming in.
Hi, guys.
There we go. Welcome into the stream, Jason. Good to see you guys. Let me see here. Is Tamara at your house? Well, I think so. I think you're here.
I think
you're not like a hologram, or anything, right?
no.
Okay, no, we're good. We're good. Tamara's here. Mike TV Doug, hold strong, Tamara. Mr. Fancy Socks, hold on all of us is coming to an end. I would agree. Sandman asking, does Tamara need a drummer? I don't think so. Let me see here. Pleb, it's not letting me super chat. That's kind of weird.
Oh, that is weird.
Just send me your money through the mail. You can write me a check. I'll take it. Don't worry. It's I'm not sure what's going on there, Pleb. Maybe reload the page if that's what you're trying. Now, super chats, ladies and gentlemen, are not required. They're always appreciated, but I certainly don't require them. There it is. Pleb with a $10 super chat. Let's can we pop that up on the screen? Is that there we go. Tamara Lich is a Canadian hero. I would not exist if it wasn't for her. There we go. And you met the Pleb when I was in Ottawa.
Yeah, we got to meet him at the Inquiry last year.
Yeah,
so huge. That was fangirling over him.
So when I went down to Ottawa, that was October of last year.
Yeah.
And we sat for a few days at the Inquiry.
Yes.
And I had the pleasure of meeting up with the Pleb on Parliament Hill. He was looking for Mark Garrettson. I think he ended up, was it Omar you ended up yelling at, Pleb? I think it was Omar that he caught coming out of the House of Commons and kind of chased him down a little bit.
That sounds familiar.
And Pleb ended up coming with us for a little hangout that evening, and it was good to have him around. So it was a lot of fun.
I met some amazing people in Ottawa.
Yeah, and Rupa was there. It was good to see Rupa.
Yeah. It was it was great.
I think that was when I got to really sit down and talk with Keith for the first time, and Keith is amazing.
Agreed.
Let's see if I can pull up some more questions. Pleb, she remembers me.
Of course I do. How could I forget you?
I asked Pierre Polyev if he saw Mark Garrettson. There you go. There you go.
Mark Garrettson. What a guy, eh?
Can Tamara tell us when her and Chris are back in court?
Absolutely. Our next court date is 9 a.m. Eastern Time, March the 7th, that we are attending by Zoom. That's for her decision on the Carter application dismissal. And then Chris and I have to be back in court for March 13th, 14th, and 15th for 3 days. And then we'll have more dates after that.
And you have to be in person when you do those.
Yeah, those ones. Yeah.
So are you going to drive again, or are you going to fly this time?
No, I think we'll fly this time because that's
a hell of a trek.
I mean, we've gotten it down to a science now. Like we team drive, we can do it in 35 hours straight driving. Insane. But yeah, I mean, you need to have a day to recover after that when you get to be my age. That's for sure.
Your age? You're not that old. You don't look a day over 35.
Oh, I'm a couple days over 35.
What we got here? I wonder what Mark Garrettson will do after he's voted out of office. Is there a circus that needs a clown? I'm sure there's a few circuses that'll be looking for clowns by the time the Liberal Party's done in the next election. We'll see. It's did you see Trudeau screaming in the debate? So I'm assuming you're talking about when he was unhinged the other day.
Yeah, that's right.
Pierre was talking. Did you catch that?
I caught a bit of it. I can't even stand to look at his face, let alone listen to him talk anymore.
Right?
I really can't.
I mean, I got to cover it on this channel because we cover politics, but it's laughable at best every time I see it.
Yeah.
It's what an unhinged rant. It reminded me of when, I don't know if you caught when he was talking about carbon taxes, that if you pay more carbon tax, you're going to get a white Christmas.
Oh.
That the liberals sound, and it seems like every time his voice gets, well, you get a couple liberals that clap for him.
Yeah.
So it's like it boosts his ego, and he gets this all of a sudden, I'm going to get louder and louder and louder.
Yeah.
And you can see the ADHD coming out for sure. Daniel with a $2 super chat. I know what that means. F Trudeau. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. I appreciate that. Let's see. How is Tamara handling the cost of her legal fees? Do we want to get into that? I don't know if we need to talk about those things.
Yeah, we can definitely talk about that. I mean, we're actually, surprisingly, believe it or not, almost up to $500,000 in legal funds so far, or fees so far. Fortunately, I have the Democracy Fund that's helping me with my legal fees. So we'll obviously be going out to do some more fundraising, probably, in the next few months, because we have to essentially raise another $100,000. Wow. But it's lawfare. I mean, this is they're going to try to demoralize you and break you financially.
Yeah.
And it's about depleting your resources. And so I'm really, really lucky to have the Democracy Fund. I'm so grateful to them. And I know a lot of people that have donated money to them. So for everyone that has, thank you so much, because you are the reason that we can keep fighting this fight.
Absolutely.
So,
and the Democracy Fund, are they linked with Ezra Levant? Is that Ezra who set that up? Or?
I think he's on the, I don't know if he's on the board or an advisor of some kind. Yeah,
okay.
but
he's the one who put that together.
Yeah, started it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you know anything about what's going on with David Menzies? Is he going through Democracy Fund as well for going up against the government now? Because
I don't know that for sure, but I would assume he would be. But I don't know. Rebel could be doing that on Rebel and Democracy Fund.
Okay, so two separate entities.
Two separate entities.
Because I would imagine that's going to be a costly court battle, especially when you go up against the government.
Yeah.
It's have you talked to David Menzies since that, or?
I sent him a message the day that happened, because I love David. David Menzies is just one of the most kindest, funniest, genuine people I've ever met. I'd love him to death. And his wife is she's like a little mini David.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Right down to the red hair. Like they're adorable, absolutely adorable.
That's funny.
But I did send him a text message just to say, I saw what happened and I hope you're doing okay. And he just got back to me and said he appreciated it and he was doing good. Yeah.
Good.
So,
good guy. I gotta get my hand on one of those Menzoid t-shirts where he's on like a wrestler.
Yeah.
I love those shirts.
Okay,
those are classic.
I'll get you one.
Now I did notice this comment came up about the Coots 4. We're not going to talk about the Coots 4. Again, Tamara still has her trial ongoing. There are certain subjects that we cannot get into. And it's not that she's been told not to, it's for safety's sake. If anything were said on this show, again, where Tamara were to get in any kind of issues with her lawyers or her legal team, I would feel terribly guilty for bringing her on and putting her in that position. So I've already told her before the show, we're just going to avoid any kind of discussion about that. And I'm sorry to do that to the viewers. But I ultimately have to look out for my friends, and I just want to make sure that everything's done on the up and up. So we'll ignore that one. Okay. And again, if any questions do come up, I'm simply just pulling from the chat.
Yeah.
So if there's anything you don't want to talk about, you're free to say so. Nobody's going to be offended. Here's a good one from the pleb. What do you think about the way Trudeau sits?
I think it's very ladylike.
Very,
very ladylike.
I question
it's very proper, and
I'm questioning if he's transitioned yet, and maybe that's why he's so upset about what Alberta's decided.
But he's been sitting like that for a long time, though.
Yeah, well, you can tell when he sits with Donald Trump, it's not exactly one and the same, is it?
Not exactly. Not exactly.
Let me see. Let me go through here. We'll find out some more. Andy coming in. Kingston needs a new village idiot. Mark Garrettson is at the top of the list. There you go. Let me see here. I'm seeing a lot of quotes, a lot of back and forth in the chat. So hang on, folks. We're going to get caught up. Somebody saying 100% they can't listen to Trudeau's voice or look at him either. I get it.
Can't do it anymore. Can't.
Mike at Freedom Honey wants to know if he can hire you to do the intro for his podcast.
What does that entail?
I don't know. Look, I've known Mike's been in the chat for a long time. It could involve an OnlyFans. I don't know. We'll have to see. Yeah. Mike, reach out to me via email at unacceptablefringeyt@gmail.com, and I'll see if I can help you out there.
Send me a message.
And
or that guy.
Or DM Tamara.
Yeah, absolutely.
What we got here? Queen Turd starting that lunatic rant very clearly stated, we cut taxes for the wealthiest 1%. I saw that, and that's definitely a slip, but boy, is it funny. It's crazy. It's crazy. Let's see. Listening to Trudeau and Freeland clowns is too hard for the psyche. Yes. Yes.
Let me be
Mr.
clear.
Speaker.
Mr. Speaker.
Let me be perfectly clear.
Let me be perfectly clear.
They need Peter Griffin in the House of Congress. Okay, you bastard. Okay, sit down over here. Let's try to sort out this garbage we got going on.
That's right.
Is everybody talking about YouTube creators in the chat? Let's not. No drama. Come on, guys. CB jumping in. CB, good old friend of the channel. So much for speedy trial. The justice system is in this country sucks.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the justice system, but the workings in the background. And again, don't chime into that because I don't want you to get in trouble. But
I won't get in trouble. But what I will say is absolutely right. I mean, it's moving at a snail's pace. And just to touch on the Coots 4, as much as what I can really say about it is that, I mean, 700 and some days is absolutely unacceptable in my opinion. Like, these guys, everyone is entitled to a speedy trial, and what's happening with those guys is terrible, absolutely terrible. I mean, at least I'm out, at least I can sort of, live my life and go to bed in my own bed and hug my grandchildren. And
it's so funny because when it comes to the Coots 4, a lot of people and a lot of people in the chat sometimes say, like, why isn't Danielle doing something about this?
Well, she can't.
And that's just it. And I think that's a misconception that a lot of people, this isn't like the United States where we have pardons, where Danielle can just say, we're going to drop the charges. We've seen this with Art Pulowski and the 3-ring circus that turned into just before Danielle's election. And that's kind of how it works, guys, is that if Danielle were to speak up or to say, I stand behind these people, or I wish they'd drop the charges, that's just as bad as when Justin Trudeau's scamming money through a ArriveCan or going to Jamaica on an $80,000 villa. It's not permitted within the constituency bounds of the premier. So I can tell you right now that, I mean, we've had Danielle Smith on the show. You saw Danielle at Tucker. I don't know if you've ever met Danielle.
Yes, I have. Yeah.
Okay, and she's a generally nice person. I don't think she has any ill will towards the Coots 4. Now, I'm not going to speak on her behalf. That's merely just an observation on my end. But hopefully good things come out for the Coots 4 in the future. And
Mark. Hi, Mark.
There's the pleb. Let's be chill and have fun. I couldn't agree more. Let's keep it happy, everybody. If David Menzies discussion pertaining to his arrest while questioning Freeland, he was arrested but no charges were laid. I've seen no reports of further legal action, or did I miss something? The only legal action I think is coming from Rebel's side at this point. Right? I know Rebel's going to go after them, and rightfully so.
That was unbelievable. Like, even watching that video that he even did that. Like,
and again, I had my views that a lot of people didn't like, but I think that it was a deterrent just to diffuse and get him out of there, so that they could hold him. A lot of cops do that, where they say, we legally can hold you for 24 hours, and they just want to make his life inconvenient, right? But I don't agree with it.
No,
it's Andy's saying to put up a link for your legal fundraiser. Do we have a link for that?
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I'll find it. I think it's help. I'll just get it here. It's on the
Tamara will get it. We'll enter it into the chat, ladies and gentlemen, and I'll pop it up on the screen. How are the trolls? Pleb's asking. Apparently they haven't been fed enough, but don't feed them. We're going to starve them out. It's okay. Without Papers Pizza, good old Jesse's in the chat.
Oh, hey.
I love Jesse, and boy, I sure hope he comes back to Calgary. I've already said that keep that in mind, Jesse, when I take the mayor's seat in Calgary, we're going to have, we'll call it the Without Papers Pizza Day. And I'm going to issue a full apology from the city of Calgary for what happened to Jesse during COVID lockdowns. And we're going to give him his own day, and maybe order pizzas for the homeless, and donate some money to charity, or do something good for this town in recognition of everything that Jesse has lost. And I'm certainly on board as mayor to help. Yeah, and
I'll bring my band, Jesse.
I want to help Jesse rebuild what he lost, if that's possible. But hopefully Jesse comes back to Calgary. Let's see what Jesse says. What do you think of the recent Ingram decision, where all COVID mandates were ruled illegal in Alberta?
I think it's great.
I think it's fantastic.
Overdue.
I think you're going to see a lot of lawsuits pop up.
Yeah.
I think that's coming. Now, again, Jess, I apologize. We can't talk too much about that because of
it's just the democracyfund.ca by the looks of it.
Is it just democracyfund.ca?
And there'll be something that'll come up with my name on it. I should have got that before. Sorry about that.
That's okay. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Democracyfund.ca. I'll pop that up on the screen. If anybody wants to donate to Tamara's legal battle with the Democracy Fund, you can head over there. You will see a heading for Tamara to raise funds. There isn't a URL for it, but it's just over at the Democracy Fund. We've got Mark throwing it up in the chat there as well. Thank you so much,
Mark. Thank you.
Great to have that in there. What do we got here? 337 viewers, 200 upvotes. Press the like button. I couldn't agree more, guys.
Yeah, get that like button.
Hit the like if you haven't already. What's wrong with you? Jeez, crazy kids. I can't have anybody in here on a Friday night. What do you guys think about this Friday night Fringe? Should we keep Friday nights? I'm kind of thinking I'm liking this. This is kind of a nice little feeling to do this on a Friday instead of Sunday when I'm all.
Fridays are like the best.
They're-
But Sunday's so chill and everyone's.
That's the problem.
Then
though.
everyone's at home and they want to sit down and watch. I love watching your show on
I'm
Sundays.
bottomed out on a Sunday though, because I've
yeah.
had 3 screaming idiots to look after.
Yeah, that's right. All weekend,
including my wife. I got to look after her too, and I like having energy on this show.
And she has to look after you too, though. Don't forget.
There's Solo saying, "Do it." Jacques saying, "Yes, keep Friday nights." Hey, maybe we will. Let's. Maybe we'll do the Friday night Fringe more often, or keep it in the works. Hashtag #1dad coming in. When are we going to Ottawa to demand the RCMP jail Trudeau? I don't know. We can't talk about that. Ixnay on the envoy K. It's here we go. Frank coming in, a band name idea for Tamara. Tamara and the air horns. Oh goodness.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. I'd call it like Live Aid. I'd call it like Freedom Aid or Freedom Nation or something. I don't know. Does the band have a name? Can anybody find the band online?
Blind Monday is our band's name.
Blind Mondays.
Blind Monday.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Monday or Mondays?
Just one.
So like
one Monday.
Like Blue Monday, but Blind Monday.
Yeah, that's
okay,
right.
there we go. Blind Monday is the name of Tamara's band.
I have to start a new page for us though because our Facebook page has been compromised.
It got pulled down when
all of them.
everything happened.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
How long have you been in that band, and how long has the band been around?
Oh boy, I've been playing with these guys since about 2012. We've had different members come and go, but yeah, in this group, yeah. So a while, been a long time.
Good stuff. And you guys play covers, correct? Yeah. Do you have any original material, or is it all covers?
Dwayne's working on some. Originals are something that we've always wanted to do, but it's one thing that we've just never sat down and made time to do. And I have so much I could write about now. So we are starting to, because we've been invited to some music festivals this summer and stuff. So it'd be nice to go to some of these shows, and I've got lots of ideas now for songs.
Well, and I got to admit, I caught when you guys were in Ontario and you did Tragically Hip.
Yeah.
Boy, was that good.
Yeah, thank you.
Amazing.
Yeah, thanks.
I think Gord would be impressed.
I hope so.
With that one.
I don't know. I don't know if Gord would like me very much.
Are you kidding? Come on. Come on.
I don't know.
You're a Canadian hero. Yeah. Are you kidding me? Of course he would.
I love Tragically Hip. I love them.
Although I have to admit, I was unaware because you thought I'd seen it in an article. You perform what's your kickstart song? Balls to the Wall?
Oh yeah, Balls to the Wall, yeah. By Accept.
Yes.
That's an old 80s hair metal.
So I used to watch that video constantly on Much Music when I was in my teens.
That's right.
And I love that song. And I remember driving you, I think it was to see Andrew Lawton.
Yeah.
When you were in town.
Yes,
and you were like, what, did you get this from my article? And I said, what article? And you said, what? And I love that track. I have to get a copy of you playing that song.
It's so fun to play.
I'm willing to bet.
And we've been playing it long before all of this stuff started, but now it's even more fitting. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I love it.
What do we got here? Let's catch up in the comments. We've got Louis. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that last name. I apologize, Louis. But hello, Tamara. Read your book. It was awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Isn't it? I love that book. I have read that book probably, I'd say at least 6-7 times now.
Me too.
I absolutely love it. And every time I read it, I'm not an emotional guy. I get that way sometimes if I'm drinking, but I'm not overly emotional. But I'll tell you, by the time I get about halfway through that book, my wife always sits and she's like, do you need some of those free men's tampons?
Yeah.
And it's like, stop. Come on. But it's because I've come to call you a very good friend. And I hate seeing reading everything you'd been through. It's such a compelling story.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I cried too. It was so funny when I was recording the audiobook, because I would get to a part and I'd start choking up, and then of course I got to pause and I got to compose myself, and so many times I would just apologize. I'm like, I'm sorry to whoever's editing this. I'm trying to keep it together. You know what I mean? It took me a long time to record it because of that. Because it's like I said before all this, I really wasn't emotional either. And not that I didn't have a heart, but it just took me a lot to cry. And now I think after that experience and the humanity of it all, and all those people, those beautiful, beautiful people, and those beautiful stories that I still hear from today, it's how can you not get emotional?
No. And I think it's almost like therapy in a way, almost.
It is, yeah.
Because you get to put it all out there, and
Yeah.
then it's there for everybody to see. And
Yeah.
and
I really can't wait till all this is over because I have so much to share. Like I have so many amazing stories to tell and things that happened, and I just can't wait to be able to really just speak freely and not have to worry.
I was just about to get to that. You're not allowed to promote the book. That's part of your stipulation.
I know. I'm not allowed to even promote it on my social media.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to promote right now. Hold the Line. So we have Unacceptable Fringe has done Hold the Line, The Ballad of Tamara Lich. But you can find Hold the Line over on, I believe it's on Amazon, correct?
Yeah, Amazon.
You can find it on Amazon, both paperback and hardcover. I would highly recommend the hardcover. It's such an amazing book. It is definitely a keepsake. And such a harrowing, compelling story. Go and get it, read it, get a box of tissues, get some men's tampons if you need to. You're going to need them. What a story. What a knockout. And you had a book tour over the summer. Are you allowed to talk about that at all? Or?
Yeah, we did just a little mini tour, basically. We had some stops in throughout Ontario and then BC. BC was so beautiful. Oh my gosh, that was the first time I've ever really been through there, and it blew me away. Absolutely blew me away. So, I mean, the book's, it'll be a year since we released it in April, but we haven't gone around Saskatchewan or Alberta yet, which I really, really want to do. Obviously, those are, so I was born and raised in Saskatchewan, so I definitely have to go around there.
So a little bit of laughter here. Mike TV Dub, one of my mods coming in. LOL, I have that Accept Vinyl album.
Yes, on vinyl too.
There we go. Nothing like it wasn't
that old.
Balls to the wall on vinyl. My goodness. Louise saying, reading Tamara's book, it's so good. Oh, there you go. I mean, this is part of the reason I do kids books or adult books for kids or kids books for adults is because I don't have the ability, I don't think, to put together such a story and paint a picture the way you do in that book. It's so very well done.
Thank you.
Are we going to see a sequel?
Maybe.
Tamara's story of how she met the Unacceptable Fringe.
Yeah.
Boy, the stories you could tell in there.
That's right, yeah.
Don't tell those stories.
I won't.
Don't. It started with a glass boot.
I was just going to say, there's got to be a boot in there somewhere.
Oh, there we go. Blackface Son of Trudeau. I haven't heard Balls to the Wall in over 20 years. There you go.
I'll try to get a video next time we do it. And
yes,
and
please
put it up.
Get it up on Twitter. It's Wargaming says, Tamara, wishing you and your family the best from Southern Ontario. You're a national treasure.
Thank you. Love Ontario.
Rebel Angel, I bought 3 of your books, Tamara,
wow.
And have each of yours. Well, I appreciate that as well. Thank you. I'm glad you have our books. I'm trying to get caught up in the chat here, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. Hold the Line 2, hold harder.
Hold the line harder. I love it.
Oh, that almost sounds like an OnlyFans video. That's
we should write that down, though. That is pretty good.
Gordon says, I need somebody to read to me. I'm seniors with not great eyesight. Well, that's okay. Did you do an audiobook? Tamara did an audiobook. She can't promote it, but I'll tell you right now, she has an audiobook. You should go get it. Is that available on Amazon too?
It is.
It is. There you go. Yeah. So Gordon, you can find her audiobook on Amazon as well.
I read it. I listened to a bit of it, but I can't stand to listen to myself, so I'm too. Hopefully the audiobook isn't terrible.
Give me a break. What's happening in the shop with a $5 super chat? Thank you so much. Hi, Tamara. You are Trudeau's kryptonite.
He doesn't like me very much, I don't think.
Unbelievable.
I'll tell you one story about this.
Yep.
I don't think I can swear on your channel.
Sure you can.
But when I first met Keith Wilson, one of the first things he ever said to me when he flew in, I guess that would be 2 years ago on Wednesday night.
Yep.
Anyways, he said, Miss Leach, he said, I know you don't know me and I hope this doesn't offend you. But my goal, he said, is to make sure that Trudeau wakes up every morning and asks himself, what's that little bitch going to do to me today? And I'm like, you are hired. You are hired, man. That is awesome.
That's fine. I like Keith.
I love Keith.
I just did a story about him with his issues with Warman and having to issue an apology for his tweets. Now, again, because it's convoy related, I won't get too much into it. I can't say enough good things about Keith. He's kind of, I always call him Batman because if you've ever seen his Twitter, he's got his banner page has
Mhm.
like him sitting in front of like 15 monitors.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's watching the
Yep.
Dow and he's watching news and he's watching all of his legal stuff. He's the guy. You can always talk, like people always talk bad about lawyers, but he's one of the good ones.
Yeah.
He's somebody that I would honestly trust with just about anything. And I'm appalled that anybody would kick up dirt for him to have to apologize for expressing. And again, what they said was really out of whack. And again, I won't ask you to comment on that.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to say that if Keith has watched, Keith, I hope everything's okay. I feel bad I didn't actually reach out to Keith before doing that video.
Right.
And I hope he's not mad that I did.
Oh,
But I said in the video, I got to go to bat for my friends. I feel like that's stomping on his ability to communicate, and that's, after all, what you guys went out to Ottawa for was a lack of communication.
Yeah.
And look where we are 2 years later. We're still.
But it's still the same. That's still the same. We have to cancel culture.
Yeah.
Period. I mean, that's all that has to happen. And yeah, exactly. Trying to silence people like what's happening with Coots and myself, and trying to shut people's free speech down. I mean, it's a constant battle. It's a constant battle.
Yeah.
But I think we're winning. I do think we're winning.
I think so. When it came to Trudeau, I think I told you about when I went to the House of Commons, and he left.
Yes, that's right.
And he left. For anybody who's new to the channel who hasn't heard the story, when I went to see Tamara at the Emergency Act Commission, or the POEC, I was invited to the House of Commons by Pierre Poilievre. I was supposed to meet with Pierre after question period. And of course, the whole Conservative Party has my first book. I think they have multiples of the other ones. But Pierre says, come on down when it's all done. And I'd met with Melissa Lantsman the night before, and we had a really good discourse. I quite liked Melissa Lantsman. I thought she was really great. And I'd met with Dr. Leslie Lewis.
Right, yeah.
She was amazing. And I guess as I sat in the gallery, Melissa Lantsman was looking around and she's seen me up there. So she just gives like a little nod, and I kind of give her a hello. So she nudges Pierre, and she points up that I'm up in the galleries, and he leans forward like a big old like this, just a big old wave and a smile.
Aww.
And Justin Trudeau's sitting in his seat, and I must have been about 15 feet away from him, from where I was sitting down to where he is in the chairs. As he turns around, and he sees me, and this, because he's thinking, who the hell's he waving to? And he turns around, and as soon as he sees me, he goes. And he just gets up, grabs his things, and leaves. And I thought to myself, there's no way this man knows who I am. He meets thousands of people, probably in a week.
Right. So
there's no way he knows this face. I know it's a face anybody could love, but he leaves, and I'm thinking to myself, don't get a full head.
Right.
You're not that important.
Right.
And I go down to meet Pierre afterwards, and they bring me into this room past the media room in the house where they do all their questions and stuff. And the first thing he says when I shake his hand, he says, "Holy shit, you sure ruined his day." He says, "I'll take it. I'll take it." That's so kidding. I don't care if I sell another book as long as I live. I don't care if my YouTube channel goes down the tubes.
Yeah.
That is a crowning achievement I will go to my grave with, that I ruined his life. We embarrassed him, Canada. Everybody jumped on that book, and it embarrassed the hell out of him. And boy, did you get under his skin. What an achievement. That's
yeah.
I mean,
oops.
You're a terrorist, but
oops.
it's okay. Daniel jumping in, Nancy Trudeau. Thank you for the super chat, Daniel. I appreciate that. Does anybody else have any more questions for Tamara? We're going to start wrapping things up in about the next 10-15 minutes. So if anybody has any questions or anything they want to say to Tamara, now's the time. He's the same every week, hurling insults at members. He needs to be blocked. Oh, I don't know who we're talking about. It's more drama. I thought that was Trudeau we're talking about.
This looks like an exciting chat.
Does Tamara support the farmers in Europe? That's a good question. Are you able to answer that, or does that tie into convoy?
Is that supporting a protest?
That maybe supports protest. Pleb, you look. I will guess
what they're doing. I like what's happening over there. Honestly, I can't like any tweets about it or posts about it. I can't post about it. I can't repost about it. But it's just been amazing to see all these activities or events springing up all over the world. I mean, it's incredible.
I'll just say that I've made a personal observation, and I would guess that Tamara supports the legal protest of the farmers in Europe. That's what I will say.
There you go. That's much better.
That's what we'll say. So nothing admitted, but I'll just wager my own personal speculation. What do we got here? Let's keep going down this list. Drama. Let's get past that.
I won't get into any trouble, pleb.
But no, she's not getting in any trouble. It's all good. It's all good. Here we go. Can we talk about this? What was female prison like? Would it be fitting for Trudeau? Would he identify as female, do you think, to get in there?
He'd fit in.
Yeah, he'd fit in.
He would. Yeah. I don't know if the girls would get along with him very much, though.
No. So, did you shank anybody while you were in jail?
No.
Did you any prison fights?
No, I saw some prison fights.
Really?
Yeah. And when I was in dorms, but I never got into any prison fights myself.
When you weren't getting jacked and getting into powerlifting?
That's right, when I wasn't getting jacked.
When you were doing yard time? That's
I worked out at all my yard times.
There you go.
I mean, what else am I gonna do?
Is Tamara's book in the Calgary Library? I don't know. Is it?
I don't know. Maybe we should go find out.
If it's, maybe we should just take a copy and slip it in there.
We should, yeah.
Just leave it behind. We'll film a video.
Yeah,
that'll go viral.
I'll donate it. I could donate one to the Calgary Library.
Calgary Library would call you a terrorist. They'd be like, "Look at this. She probably put a bomb in there."
Yeah. Oh, could you imagine?
What do we see here? Everybody's talking about the farmers still. When everything is done, please throw a huge party.
Oh, we're gonna throw a massive party.
Hell yes.
Yeah, we're talking about trying to do a tour actually with myself and some of the other organizers, and just to go around Canada and say thank you to So I don't know. Well, we definitely have to do something for sure. Yeah.
There's Funis. Oh my goodness. Funis jumping in with $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Under what pretext did they arrest legal firearm owners in Coots for having an unrestricted firearm in the vehicle? It's 100% legal to transport. So again, Funis, we can't get into that because of Tamara's ongoing court case. We can't really talk about those things. Even I can't talk about those things with her present on this channel. I appreciate the super chat. And you know what? Maybe I will do a Sunday show this week. Maybe to announce that we're going to stick with Fridays and we'll do Friday Night Fringe. But maybe we'll discuss that on Sunday's show. So come on back for that one, Funis. I assure you, your super chat will not go to waste. We will talk about that.
And if you want to have somebody on that knows like all the ins and outs with what's going on, I mean, I do know a lot of people, obviously, that are very familiar with the Coots Boys case. And if you ever wanted to have somebody on,
Great. We'll get that set up. I would love to chat with somebody. Jason coming in. The Regina Library has your book, apparently. That's amazing.
Wow. Yeah.
That's great. Here we go. Would you consider maybe becoming a new member of Parliament? I wish we had you in the seats to stand up for us further.
They wouldn't like me very much there. I'm too honest. I really don't want to get into politics. And the reason I don't want to get into politics is because, well, it's like the system that I'm stuck in right now, the judiciary system, right? I am now stuck in there and there is no getting out of this thing. And I have to play this game according to their rules until I'm out of it. And I think our parliamentary system is so broken right now that, yeah, it has to be fixed. There has to be integrity brought back to it. And I just think it would be being a part of a broken system.
So it's funny you mentioned that because Jordan Peterson last February, he's the one who convinced me to get into this mayor run.
Oh yeah.
So it's all Jordan's fault. But he was saying how it starts at the civic level, right?
Yeah.
So what I was thinking is when I run for mayor, you should run for a city council position. Andy Lee can run for a city council position, and the damage the three of us could get done.
Oh, that'd be
Could you
fantastic.
imagine? We could set an example in Calgary so that other cities start going, hey, we could do this too. Yeah. And then before you know it, we have those members in Parliament,
right?
And you don't even have to get involved.
Yeah.
You could just be a councillor and take your, what is it, $3 million a year they get paid or something. It's something astronomically stupid. but I wouldn't bet on
I don't
politics.
know. I don't know what the future holds for me. You know, I really people ask me that all the time, and I just don't know. I mean, it's hard to plan and really see that far into the future when I don't know how long this trial is going to last, or, you know, if we win, is it going to be appealed? I mean, we could be in court. I could be in court till the day I die over this. You know, it's just there's so many variables. It's hard to know.
LOL, Friday Night Fringe, it's on. Yes, pleb, it is on. And maybe we'll start that. I think Friday Night Fringe is coming. Number one, Dad, I know the ins and outs of the corrupt judicial system. There we go. Frank's coming and stay strong, Tamara.
I am. We got this, guys. We totally got this.
Let's does the Ottawa Library have your book? I'll bet I know. Yeah, I wouldn't bet on it. It's crazy. Mike TV dub, my goodness. I think that's the second super chat tonight. I could be wrong. But thank you, Mike. Buy Tamara a couple of drinks at dinner. Cheers. Hey, there you go. Mike, I definitely will. Thank you for the super chat. That's amazing. Thank you so much. What do we got here? This one's okay. Alley-oop. Tamara, do you know any farmers in Saskatchewan that would donate a few acres so we can build a monument to the Freedom Convoy organizers?
Oh, wow.
They could build it out of wheat.
Yeah, that's right. Wheat. I do. Yeah, I do. Right along the number one highway, too.
I think they need one in Swift Current right outside Chris Barber's house.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Big old statue of Big Red with Chris Barber standing on there with amongst everybody else. That would be amazing. Sorry guys, I'm weeding through the chat. I don't mean for these uncomfortable pauses. Confirming beef. Yeah, pleb. Yeah, it's all good. I know you're reporting the news in real time. Pleb's a good source. Tamara could go as an independent MP after all is done in her court case. She could, but again, she doesn't really want to get into politics. What do we got here? I am going to do that. What do we got going on? I'm trying to see if there's any other questions in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Again, Tamara does have some things going on in Calgary, so we're going to wrap up the stream shortly. If anybody has any last-minute questions, now's the time to get in. Again, I'll remind everybody, let's go back to the Twitter feed. If you haven't already followed Tamara, and if you want to keep up to date with what Tamara is posting, you can find her here on Twitter at Lich Tamara. She'll be posting all the updates for the fundraiser.
Yeah, the fundraiser.
It's a fundraiser.
Yep.
I was going to say charity. I always put them in the same category, but the fundraiser coming up in Niagara Falls and anything that Tamara's doing in terms of her shows, her wacky posts, they're great to read. A lot of fun. You've got a good sense of humor online.
I do walk a bit of a line. I did get in trouble for one tweet already from my lawyer, but he didn't make me take it down.
There you go. It's always good to follow Tamara out there because she's got great content, and again, it keeps you in the loop to everything freedom related that's happening in the country that, again, she's allowed to post. And I'm assuming she'll be posting a lot more once that case is done. But another reminder for folks, if you head over to unacceptablefringebooks.com, again, all of our books are on clearance right now. The site is shutting down as of February 25th. So this is your last chance to get your hands on autographed copies of the book. As I pointed out earlier, Tamara's book, Hold the Line, is already sold out on the site, so I won't be getting any more of those. However, if you become a member of the channel, I'll be giving away 3 copies, 1 a month, for the next 3 months of this book that Tamara has so graciously autographed. I'll be signing it as well and shipping it out to 1 lucky member of the channel. All you need to do is be a member of the channel, and that gets you into that draw. So make sure to head over there and grab your copies before February 25th. Again, it was meant as a Christmas thing. And, well, the cost of running a site that's doing nothing, I just can't keep up with it. So it's on its way out, ladies and gents. Ange asking, where can we get a hold of you to get info regarding hiring your band for a fundraiser?
Oh,
Twitter?
Yeah, send me a DM on Twitter.
DM on Twitter or at Tamara over at Leech Tamara.
Yeah, that's right. Or Facebook Messenger, I guess, too. But I don't get in Messenger very often. It's kind of scary.
Yeah, and if you don't get through the first time, just keep at it. Again, you can imagine how busy Tamara's feed is.
Yeah.
Keep streaming. Don't be lazy. It's a scheduling thing, pleb. Believe me. Come back on Sunday, man. It's going to be a fun stream then. I had Joshua here. I hope, Tamara, we see you again for an update after all the court is settled. I don't know. Are you ever going to come back, or have I chased you out of here?
I don't know. I'll think about it.
You don't like it? I could pay you.
You could tempt me with pizza. Bribe me with pizza.
Pizza? Is that all it's going to take?
Pizza and beer. I'll be here.
Man, you see, guys, we didn't have to donate to the Freedom Convoy. We could have just gave them pizza.
Yeah, that's right. It was that easy.
That's funny. That's funny. Stinger coming in next live. Let's have some height. That's why people asked if she was in your cave.
Is that?
Is it because of the chair? The chair sunk?
I told you I was too short.
I'm not used to having people in the studio. Usually when we do interviews, it's over another cam. So I apologize, guys.
I'm not very big. I'm not very tall.
Mike TV Dub saying come back anytime, Tamara. It was good to have you here, so that'll be great.
Such a great community. It's so fun for me to be able to
jump
into the chat.
There's a smooth criminal. Miranda jumping in the chat. We had so much pizza. No more pizza.
No more pizza. You're right.
Thanks for popping in, Miranda. It's good to see you.
Love you, Miranda.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to wrap up the stream. Again, huge thanks to Tamara. And before we go, I just wanted to say while you're sitting here again, I think this country owes you and everyone that went to Ottawa a tremendous unpayable debt. Every day when I look at my kids, when I see what they have, when I see what they're able to do that they weren't able to do a couple of years ago, I'm still under the firm belief that if you guys hadn't have gone, they'd still be under those circumstances, possibly worse, if people were prepared to let it go for as long as they did. So thank you for everything. Thank you for giving up your freedoms. Thank you for going to court for us. Because essentially you're taking everybody else's load on your shoulders while you fight off this battle. And I can assure you the right side of Canada is in your corner.
Yep.
And Chris's corner and everybody else who's having to go through such rigorous trials in order to get their freedoms back. So if there's anything we can ever do for you, please throw it up, please ask, and never feel guilty, because it's nothing for us to do anything in comparison to what you did for us. So thank you for being here.
Thank you.
We'll look forward to having you back. I look forward to having each and every one of you back here a Sunday night. We'll do our usual Sunday night stream here on the channel at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, 8:30 Central. So come on back in a couple of days on Sunday. That'll be our final Sunday stream, because I'm really liking this Friday night format. I think we're going to do Friday Night Fringe from here on out. It's a lot of fun. I love sitting in this time slot, and I don't think anybody else can imagine why I'm having so much fun sitting in this time slot. Anyways, come on back Sunday night, guys. It's going to be great to see you.
I'll see you in the chat on Sunday.
There you go. There we go. Yeah. Everybody hold that line, and thank you again for everybody who super chatted tonight, everybody who supports the channel. You guys have a good weekend. I'll catch